Hey everybody, today I'm going to be revealing the exact cold email I used to book a meeting with a $37 billion assets under management private equity CEO for my client. Here we can see his response. This is the global co-CEO of L. Catterton, which has all of these brands under their portfolio. So diving right in, here is the first email that we sent him, and he actually responded, but I'll be showing the follow-up sequences as well. So we said, hey, first name, do you happen to travel a lot? Our group of 200 high net worth investors gets up to 90% discounts at Marriott hotels worldwide by investing in their hotels. Marriott provides these discounts to their property investors. These investments return on average 28% IRR historically, and the discounts extend to 10 family members. If this sounds interesting, when would you be available next week for a 15-minute chat to discuss? Key things here. First, we have the opening line. You happen to travel a lot. Most CEOs of big private equity companies do travel a lot because they need to for business. So that's immediately going to captivate his attention. The next thing is our group of 200 high net worth investors gets up to 90% discounts at Marriott hotels. Getting up to 90% off at Marriott hotels sounds super interesting. It's going to keep someone reading, even if it sounds a little bit scammy. And when we say 200 high net worth investors, it sort of lends some credibility to that claim because we have 200 high net worth people that aren't stupid, not some scam. And it's actually very common for these types of things to exist where high net worth people are in sort of these buying groups where they pool discounts, or they have some kind of community where they're getting special deals on certain things for rich people. Then we also offer an explanation that actually makes sense for where that discount comes from. So we're saying Marriott provides these discounts to their property investors. We say they do it by investing in their hotels, and that Marriott provides these discounts to their property investors, which actually makes some sense. If you've never heard of this before, this sounds feasible. The next thing is going to interest a guy who's in private equity quite a lot, and that these investments are averaging 28% IRR, which is extremely high. Those are very high returns, but still within the realm of sanity. If we said 100%, you would think it's ridiculous. And then we add in that second piece about the discounts extend to 10 family members. That's a nice selling point because these guys don't want hotel discounts just to be in hotels by themselves. They've got family, children, wives, etc. They want to be with them. The final line is, if this sounds interesting, when would you be available for next week for a 15-minute chat to discuss? So it's really low commitment, and this would sound interesting to me. I would want to learn about how people are getting up to 90% off on these hotels if I believed it was true. The follow-up email that we have to send 2 days later is trying to counter the objection that is natural for people to have, which is they're skeptical of this being true. So we say, first name, I completely understand any initial skepticism. So I get it. That said, dozens of real estate PE firms, private equity firms, and fund managers have vetted and joined our group. In other words, the professionals in this industry have vetted us, are actually part of our group. So the people who would know and be able to sniff out, is this BS or not, are actually part of our group, my client's group anyway. And then it follows up again with, when do you have time for a 15-minute chat to learn more? Again, pushing for that call. The last email takes a little bit of a different approach. This is understanding that, okay, by this point, they're hesitant to get on the phone with someone. So what we say is there any info I could give you that would make you more comfortable before having a chat with our CEO? So cleverly here, I point out the chat is with the CEO. It's not with me, the vice president. It's with the CEO. That's who we're offering you a chat with because you're that important of a person. Secondly, we're trying to offer some kind of information, give them an opportunity to say, hey, send me X, Y, and Z, and then I'll look into this. Because if they think this is some kind of weird scam, then they can ask for some documentation, which we can provide to make them less wary of us and willing to speak with us. Next thing we do here is just repeat the main value proposition, because by this point, it's been a little over a week since our initial email, so they're probably not going to remember exactly what our pitch is. So it's good to just remind them. We're not going to look back at the initial email. We're not going to force them to do that. So we just say, yeah, like I said, our group of 200 high net worth real estate investors gets up to 90% discounts at Marriott hotels worldwide by investing in their properties. Very simple. We mentioned the returns again, and let me know if I can provide a one-pager for clarity. So these guys are more formal investment guys. They're very strapped for time. So if you can just send them a one-pager and then later get them interested in a call if they like what they see. By this third email, if they haven't bit on the other two, it's not good to just continue pushing for a call. So we're going to try a different approach and offer them some information, some kind of lead magnet that could get them interested. So this was obviously a really successful campaign for our client. They not only booked this $37 billion AUM private equity CEO, but also multiple other CEOs of consulting companies, CEOs of investment banks, because he is trying to build up his group of high net worth people. Typically, hopefully who are a little bit investment savvy, so that he can have them invest in his real estate deals, which happen to also provide those benefits about the hotel discounts. It's actually a really interesting offer. And one thing that's really important when you're doing any type of marketing is to be able to go to a client and make their offer into something that is super intriguing, like the way we focused on the hotel discounts, but also the returns rather than just the returns when advertising this client's offer. So I hope you got value out of this video. If you'd like to see some of the other cold emails I've used to book other Fortune 500 executives and make my clients a ton of money, you can watch some of my other videos here and here. And if you'd like me to run this service for you, you can go to my website, ProfitPathGrowthPartners.com, schedule a call directly with me to discuss the possibility of me running this service for you. But if not, feel free to watch my YouTube videos where I show everything we do completely for free. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next one.